everyone, I am the Dragon Skull, and welcome back to Coffee Talk 2, where we left off. Silver and Amanda came back to the shop, and we learned that they're actually creating, like, they built this cafe that they made is not actually a cafe, but rather a safe haven for any aliens visiting Earth. And the agent that was looking for the aliens came back again, almost caught Amanda, but he didn't. And he met Silver, but doesn't think he's an alien yet. But something tells me we're going to be seeing him again sometime soon. Maybe not today in this episode, but in a future one. We're on day 8 now, and I think there's like a total of 14 days. I mean, the first game had 14 days, so this one might have 14 as well. So I think we're pretty much over a little bit halfway through the game now. Alright, let's see what today's newspaper has to say. Curbing recent security breaches, governments to block data leakers as websites. First Workaholics Treatment Center to open in 2024. No phone, no laptop, just rest. That's pretty good. I wonder if we have actual treatment centers like this in real life. We should. If we don't, we should. Because people need to learn not to take a break from work and just relax. Okay, Beachgoers reports silver algae blooming on Alki Beach. No idea what that could be about. Let's take a look at Tomodachi, see what's been changed. Oh, I've unlocked both Amanda and Silver's profiles, and to no surprise, there's still nothing there. They have added nothing to their profile. I would have thought that by now Silver would know how Facebook works, or Tomodachi, because that is essentially Facebook. You need to have like a bio in your profile, otherwise people won't find you interesting. Hey, have a look at stories. Today's delivery cut-off time in 3 o'clock, no night shift. Rachel put, it's coming together. I can't believe it. It's going to be so good. And all busy all day today. Don't forget to drink water. I won't. In fact, I actually have a big cup of water sitting right next to me on my side table. Just to help ease my throat, because there's a lot of talking in this game. Having an ocean fish as a pet is so hard, especially living in a city such as Seattle, but it feels nice to have someone depend on you, you know? Oh, Myrtle posted something. That's a cool pic of her with a VR headset on. Do you think VR would really take off in the future? I personally can't use it for very long, but maybe it's just me. Oh yeah, VR is definitely taking off a lot. Like, have you seen the latest headset, the Oculus Meta 3? I'm hoping to get one in the future, because I want to do some VR games for you guys. I already have a couple in mind that I really want to play for you, that I've been meaning to play on the channel for some time. But I need to figure out how to actually record VR gameplay, because it's probably going to be even more complicated than recording normal gameplay. Heck, I'm still learning in my spare time how to record with OBS, so that I could do like PC Let's Plays for you guys. Anyway, enough enough ranting. Let's get into this episode. Somehow I feel like it's going to be a long night. Or not. Oh yeah, that cat came in last episode. I remembered. I have a feeling that cat is someone, and it's going to be important later on. Ah, Gala's back. Good evening.
Hey, Dragon Skull. How are you? Not too shabby, I hope.
Everything's just fine.
You sure?
Positive. How about you, sir? How's work?
My shift's over, so I'm free now.
Nice. That reminds me, Mr. Hyde was here just the other day.
Ah, that's right.
Is he going to mention that? Yep.
Thanks for giving him the key card, by the way. Good call. You saved me $100.
Not a Wait, what? My thoughts exactly.
A replacement key would have cost me at least that much. With the fines and everything.
Oof, pricey. Glad Mr. Hyde was around to help then. Okay, so giving Hyde the key card was definitely the right call, because I just saved him $100.
Yeah. I didn't think he'd be in Seattle, to be honest.
Oh? But didn't you call him for his spare key?
I did.
So...
let's just say I had a hunch. There's a pattern to his visits even he isn't aware of. He'll fly here whenever he gets tired of something. Could be work, life, or simply because he's bored, like with LA recently, or so he says.
I see. I never knew he liked Seattle that much.
Or there's something that keeps him coming back here.
Really? What is it?
Take a guess.
Huh? Uh-huh. Well, if I have to guess... maybe you?
Me?
I mean, the two of you are very close. And good bonds are hard to come by these days.
I see. Well, he's not someone who's big on attachments. Or so he claims.
Is that right?
Who knows, maybe that's changing. Because the answer is more or less your coffee shop here.
Really?
There aren't a lot of places with a good crowd and a warm atmosphere. With an excellent host to boot.
Aw, thanks, Gala.
And as you just said, good bonds are hard to come by. What's not to like?
It would be truly an honor if he felt that way. Did he tell you the reason for his visit?
Yeah, he's moving back here, right? Or at least, that's the plan.
Yes, what a nice surprise.
He told me that he's got a few things to discuss on that. Well, it's part of why I'm here tonight. Aside from getting myself a hot drink, that is.
On that note, I'm so ready to take your order.
Much obliged. So Hendry told me about this Indonesian ginger drink.
Oh yeah, Hendry. That's Rachel's dad. He's a cat person too. Is he the cat that came in the previous episodes? I don't think it's him because I don't remember Hendry having heterochromic eyes. So it has to be a different cat person. Maybe another new character we haven't been introduced to yet.
It has milk, honey, and a couple of other stuff in it. I think it's called STMJ. I'll have a cup of that.
STMJ. Okay, so he's not having his usual then for tonight. The Galahad. Still a cool name for a drink. After the knights from King Arthur, who is the son of Lancelot, if I remember correctly. Anyway, milk, ginger, and honey. I think that's what he said as well. Let's see if I got it right. Yes, I did. It kind of looks like I put a fried egg on top of it as well. Alright, serve. And the STMG has been added to the brew pad now. A warm booster made of susu, susu telur madu, and jahe from Indonesia. I don't know. Are those how those things are pronounced in Indonesia? I don't know. I've never been. One nutritious drink from the archipelago coming up.
Thanks a lot. So what's in it again?
It's a hot blend of egg, milk, ginger, and honey. Oh, so I did put an egg in it. That's interesting. Like, I didn't know like there are actually some drinks where you put eggs in them. Especially like when you don't like mix it up first. You just pop the when the yolk is just sitting on the top. Must be bizarre. Kind of reminds me of like Rocky when he cracked 2 raw eggs in a drink and then he just drank the whole thing during his training montage.
No wonder it somewhat reminds me of eggnog.
Oh, eggnog is lush. I mean, I've only tried one eggnog last year during Christmas. In fact, it was made by a very good friend of mine. A friend who actually appeared in 2 of my old videos in the past. My good friend Michael. Don't know if he's been watching this or not, but if you're watching, Michael, hey, how you doing? Hope you're enjoying this series as much as I am playing it.
Albeit spicier and not as rich. But I can see why Henry likes it.
It's a great stamina drink. He probably needs it to keep up with Rachel's work.
You're probably right.
Also, I should point out, my friend Michael is also the same friend who got me into Coffee Talk in the first place and convinced me to play it. Told me it's a really good game, and I agree. It's been a great series. I wouldn't say it's among my top 10 best Let's Plays I've done on the channel so far, but it's definitely a good one. It's a nice relaxing game, and just the kind of game I need to play as I'm sorting myself out for the future.
You're probably right. As long as he remembers to take breaks. Maybe I should invite him for a drink here sometime. What do you think?
That would be lovely.
Then consider it done. You know what? I don't think Hyde will show up tonight.
Oh? Why is that?
When I called him earlier to confirm, he sounded a little annoyed. And it's not exactly great outside either.
I thought he liked this kind of weather.
Him, yes. His car, not so much. That thing wouldn't survive this kind of storm.
Now that you mention it, you may be right.
I used to drive him in that car back in the day. Did he ever tell you how old it is?
Yep, gave me the whole backstory of it.
Oh? I guess I'm just surprised he still uses it at all.
The car clearly holds a special meaning to him. He was also quite sentimental about it, which makes me wonder if it has anything to do with him moving back here.
What do you mean?
He lived here before, right?
Yeah?
And he kept bringing up the past too.
Are you saying his move is motivated by nostalgia?
I was going to say homesickness, but I realize that makes no sense.
I get what you're trying to say, though. It's the strange longing for times gone by. Considering how fast things are changing these days. Maybe even too fast. Which is ironic, really.
What is?
Live long enough, you'll realize the only constant in life is change itself. Things like shifting necessities, these curveballs that the world throws at you do decay. Just stuff we had to deal with indefinitely. Considering our lifespans, you'd think we'd get used to it all at some point. But we never do. Never completely, anyway.
I suppose that's the idea of getting used to change. Is a paradox in and of itself.
That sounds about right. Perhaps nostalgia is like an anchor for dinosaurs like us. Keeps us from losing ourselves to the world's relentless speed.
That's another thing I love about this game. Like, it brings up real world topics. Like, this genuinely feels like real life, just with mythical, magical creatures mixed in. It feels so real, and normally I don't like games where it's too real, but this one's different. Like, it's real, but it's also not real at the same time. Because, well, in real life there are no elves or goblins or succubi or cat people or anything like that. It's just different kinds of humans. But all these creatures coexisting together in this world, they all have real world problems, like real issues. Like some people looking back on the past and wishing they could relive the glory days. People struggling with relationships, that kind of thing. Like, it's all really good, and through this game I feel like it's better because me and I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys watching this series right now can relate to these characters with your own issues in your past. Like, I definitely can relate to some of these characters. I've made it pretty obvious in previous videos. I just love this. It's so good. Anyway,
you get used to these after a while, huh?
Pretty much. Ah, Riona's back.
Oh, hey there. We meet again.
Yes, hello.
Excuse me for a moment.
Got it. Let's go talk to Riona. Welcome, Miss Riona.
Good evening. I'm meeting up with someone.
Oh, okay then. How's your car, by the way?
My car? Oh, you mean the tire? There's really no need for concern, as it was an easy fix. But thank you for asking.
My pleasure.
May I order a cup of Russian tea?
Russian tea, okay. That's tea, lemon, and cinnamon. Let's see if I got it right. I sure did. Russian tea. And no items to give. The only item I've got is the lighter, which I need to give to Georgie. Yep, just a lighter. Okay. Despite the name, it's a totally American drink. Why is it called Russian tea then? If it's an American drink, why not just call it American tea? But what do I know? I'm just a Brit. But we Brits know a lot about tea, even though I know surprisingly little. Okay, we've unlocked some of her profile, and I think she changed her profile pic. I swear it was something else before, but now she's playing a guitar, and she looks damn good in that pic. Her birthday is 18th of September. Okay. It's surprising that we haven't unlocked most of the other profiles, because she's been coming back quite a while, but she also has a lot of walls up, so it makes sense that she isn't opening up completely yet. Russian tea for the lady Russian to deliver.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it was, but I kind of ruined it by mispronouncing in deliver.
This is perfect, by the way. Thank you.
You're welcome. So, who are you meeting with, if I may ask?
You should know, shouldn't you? After all, you were tasked to give me his contact info.
I knew it! She's meeting up with Lucas. I wonder what's the story with these two, like. They're probably just friends. I'm not gonna, assume that they're a thing now. I mean, they've only met, once. Ah, that's right. So you two did end up connecting after all?
We did, yes. But truth be told, I really wasn't sure about contacting him at all.
Why is that?
Because as far as I'm concerned, there was no real reason for me to do so. Nevertheless, I sent him an email the following night, right after the completion of my final delivery at 3 a.m.
That's pretty late.
A little, but surely no worse than forgetting it altogether. But he replied straight away, to my surprise.
I had no idea he was such a night owl. Or perhaps just an extremely early bird.
Right? I wonder if he ever sleeps.
That should be a question for you too, miss.
Oops. Anyhow, he answered me with an apology. He regretted his rudeness from when we first met. Which was another surprise, since I didn't think it was such a matter of concern.
Well, he did return here the next evening looking for you.
Did he?
Yep, he said so himself.
I see. How peculiar. He then changed phone numbers and been texting ever since. Then he said he wants to meet up and speak in person. Which is why I'm here now. But I'm still not quite sure it's necessary.
I mean, he just wants to chat and hang out.
Perhaps. I suppose we'll see.
Is that him now?
Yeah, so Hyde's not coming tonight. Probably for the best, given the circumstances.
Is he okay?
Yeah, he just wants to take it easy tonight.
Understandable. My apologies for these surges. I was hoping it'd become more stable as the days go by, but...
No need to apologize for something out of your control.
That's right. You tried everything you could.
I know. Thank you for your understanding.
How are you doing, miss?
Hey there. Did you manage to resolve your issues with children?
Sorry?
Oh, I mean the hospital admission problem from the other day.
Oh, that. For a minute there I thought I had a beef with kids I was unaware of.
Sorry for the misunderstanding.
No worries, that was funny.
It was pretty funny. I'm just picturing it now, like him in a fight with kids. A guy as big as him.
It's only been a few days, so not much has changed. How about you? Feeling better?
Yes. Well, I apologize for the way I acted a few days ago.
We all had our bad days, so don't worry about it.
Thank you.
While we're on the topic, I told Officer Georgie what happened to your car. Would you mind pointing out where you believe the incident took place?
Sure. It was quite near the police station, actually. At a metered spot, or just outside the now defunct library.
Oh, the vacant building at the Bourne-Old intersection?
Yes, that's correct.
I see. So it was originally a library.
Do you know the area?
I know of the property, yeah. It's been abandoned for a long time now. But it's a heritage building, so I often wonder why nothing's being done with it. Since it's located in a very populated, culture-centric neighborhood.
That's true. There's even an art college nearby.
Right? Then again, I've always found the street a bit odd.
Odd? How?
It's just barren. Especially if you consider the area. And the weird thing is, I feel like it wasn't always that way.
Feel? Don't you mean remember?
Nope, exactly what I said. It's a feeling, not a clear memory. Strange, isn't it?
That is odd. Yeah, bit odd, innit? That's how we Brits usually talk. Me of that post that I saw on Facebook one time where someone took, in Americans call stranger things, but here in the UK we say bit odd, innit?
Well, there used to be a flea market there a long time ago. Perhaps that is what you were recalling.
A flea market, huh? The last time I drove there, I remember seeing nothing but concrete. Oh wait, there was a single dead tree surrounded by strange trinkets.
A dead tree, huh?
No idea why, I almost forgot about it. It stuck out like a sore thumb. About 8 feet tall, no leaves. It's been there forever too, as far as I know.
That hawthorn tree was something of a landmark for us drivers. And the trinket you spoke of were actually remembrances of sorts.
Remembrances? Hold on, I'm just going to recap a bit here, okay?
Sure.
Your car was vandalized near a metered parking spot in front of an abandoned library. On a seemingly deserted street within a busy area. That has a large dead tree surrounded by remembrances for some reason.
Sounds about right. Except the tree is no longer there.
Oh?
Ah, Lucas is here. And I'm guessing Georgie is there as well. First time we get 4 people in today, because usually they come in 3s.
Are you serious, Pops?
Why wouldn't I be?
Hey, that is crazy.
Okay, doing Gala and Georgie's voices together was probably going to be tough because I may give them both very similar voices. Oh, look at that! All the seats are full for tonight. Good evening, gentlemen.
Hey, everyone.
Oh boy, I thought I'd be early, but you're already here, lady.
Hello.
Dragonskull, for the love of all things holy, tell me my lighter is here.
Oh yes, it is. Well, you're in luck, because it is.
Hot damn, thank goodness.
Would you like me to get it now for you?
Nah, it's fine. I'm just glad to know it's here. Just bring it with my drink later.
Sure, let me know when you're ready to order.
Cheers.
Georgie is very short compared to like the other 3 characters. It's kind of funny. Maybe it's because like the other species are a little bigger than humans, or maybe he's just very short. I don't know.
Well. What's up, y'all? What's new? Evening, officer.
We were just talking about the spot where Miss Riona's car may have been vandalized.
Oh?
They got your car too, lady? Yes, but it's not a big issue.
Still, sorry you had to experience that. Where did you park your car, miss?
I can send you the coordinates if you'd like.
That'd be real swell. Got it.
Okay.
Oh.
Is it within the area you expected, or...?
Pretty much. The same location where I parked mine a week ago.
I see.
You can rest assured we already increased patrols in that area.
That's great.
But I'm the only one doing it at the moment.
That sucks.
What's that? Am I hearing you out of all people doubting my skill, Dragonskull?
No, of course not. I just thought it means an unfortunate increase to your workload.
Ah, well, them's the breaks, I suppose. Anyway, give me your strongest espresso, Dragon Skull, and don't forget my lighter. Don't worry, I won't. Unlike you, I actually remember where your lighter is. Okay, an espresso, that's 3 coffee. I didn't even need to look at the walkthrough for this, because I remember there. Because I made one yesterday and then I binned it. And let's give him back his lighter. And serve. And with that, we have emptied my lost and found drawer. At least for now. Yep, nothing in the lost and found anymore. Oh. Thanks, Dragon Skull. You probably think I'm being silly. But what can I say? It's my lucky charm. Yeah. It's borderline ain't superstitious, I know. Don't you have anything of the sort? Wait, hang on. Oh wait, Georgie did say all that. For some reason I thought Gala said that and I missed it. Well, I have a good reason for this to be superstitious. Whenever I don't have this with me, things happen. Right. Alright, here comes the strongest espresso in the house. Cheers. Ah, perfect as always. Are you ready to order?
Might as well. I'd like something desserty. Because it's my cheat day.
Sure thing. Any specifics in mind?
Well, I saw this video of a Spanish hot cocoa drinking yesterday. It was so thick, I thought it was chocolate sauce. The name also reminds me of a song, but for some reason I can't remember the title right now.
You know, that sounds oddly familiar.
For real? Then I'll have that thick cocoa. It's got milk and a little hot spicy kick to it.
Okay. Chocolate, milk and ginger. Let's see what we get. The Spanish Sahara. Looks pretty good. I like the stick of cinnamon in it. Let's see what he thinks. I think I remember that drink. I think I might have made this drink in the first game. The name like rings a bell. Warm and cozy, just like a day in Barcelona. Never been to Barcelona, but I've always wanted to. Barcelona was where the last season of Cobra Kai was taking place as well. Speaking of which, as I'm recording this video, it should come out in a week or two, which I cannot wait to see the finale. I'm a huge Karate Kid fan, and here's a cup of Spanish Sahara for you.
Oh, so that's what it's called.
That's what we call it here, at least.
Very cool. Then bon appetit. I think this is it. Very tasty. Thanks, Dragon Skull.
You're so welcome.
So, Pops, just earlier you were telling me about your creepy patrolling experience, right? Was it in the same location where the lady's car was?
Creepy patrolling experience?
Well, I don't know if I should even talk about it. Because maybe it's just a tad bit too spooky. Even for me. What happened?
Tell him, Pops.
It's not that big of a deal, honestly.
Then all the more reason to talk about it, right? Maybe someone here will know something.
You got a point there. Y'all were talking about the area anyway, right?
Yup.
Well, I've been patrolling there the past few nights. The street itself is fairly straightforward. It's about half a mile round trip from the intersection and back. There's nothing much there either. A concrete sidewalk with metered parking spots. A fence here and there. And an unfinished construction site with a couple of CCTVs dotted about. No tree? What tree?
There used to be a dead tree in front of the old library.
Huh? Oh, that old dead tree. It was uprooted by the city back in January.
Ah.
The commercial community decided it wasn't really a good look. So when the city started a massive cleanup project last year, well, they simply voted to get rid of it. I see. Why, what's up?
We were actually talking about it earlier, and being a decades-old landmark aside, could there be something more to the tree than just, well, being old?
You think so?
That's what I think after listening to Miss Riona.
Are you expecting something from me, Dragon Skull?
Huh? Oh, no. I'm sorry if I crossed the line. You just seem to know a lot about it, and I don't want to mix up the facts.
I understand. But I would like to hear the officer's spooky tale first, if you don't mind.
Gladly, miss. Almost forgot about me there, huh? So anyway, patrolling on the street is an easy task. Only 4 to 5 cars would park there overnight at most, which makes keeping track a breeze.
Sounds ideal enough.
As expected though, nothing happened the first 2 nights. But... Ooh, ominous thunder as he's telling a spooky tale. Yesterday was a different story. Also, why'd the music stop?
Hold on.
Ooh, spooky. What a strange setup, eh?
Oh, phew, there you go.
Look at Lucas.
Thank goodness.
Sorry about that. Please, continue.
Alrighty. Well, I'm kind of scared to continue now because of the thunder.
God doesn't want this secret getting out.
Well, it was nearing the end of my shift, and I found nothing was amiss. There were only 4 cars parked that night, 2 spaced across the street and 2 on the opposite corner, side by side. My plan was to leave after I walk one last round to make sure everything was okay. And a reminder, you can cover the whole place in only 8 minutes.
Okay.
Then at the end of my walk, I took a drag on my cigarette. Smug as I was about to clock out, thinking 'twas another night's job well done. Right? Wrong, as I was immediately faced with the impossible. 3 cars, 2 side by side, 1 across the street. All tires flattened. That's 12 vandalized tires for you, in a span of less than 10 minutes.
That is so strange. It would take several minutes to flatten just 1 tire. And that's if you're using the right tools.
Right? But that wasn't all. Oh no, it wasn't. Because that was the moment when the streetlights went out, suddenly, all at once.
What?
Right after that, I heard flurries of footsteps and laughter. They were going farther and farther away from the scene, and yet...
Look at Lucas! He actually looks freaked out.
I saw nothing at all.
Oh. Are you sure?
Did the CCTV catch anything? The infrareds actually managed to catch something, but the videos weren't clear at all, so I'm still investigating it.
Jeez Louise, Pops. That's way spookier than what you told me in the car. But it's cool though.
I may be laughing now, but I almost pissed my pants there, you see. Well, whoever they were, they worked fast. Right? Anyway, Dragon Skull, I think I want another drink. All that talking is making my throat dry, and coffee just ain't cutting it.
Roger that. What would you like?
What do you suggest?
How about some tea with ginger and honey?
Sounds good. Can you use the red flower stuff you have as a base?
You mean hibiscus? Definitely.
Okay, then I'd like red flower tea with ginger and a touch of honey.
And just as he said, and all that talking is making my throat dry out, so I'm going to take a sip of my water first, as I check the walkthrough for what he wants in his drink. Okay, he said hibiscus, ginger, and honey. Terjazala. Yeah, sounds about right. And I have no items to give, so just take it. Looks good, the tea. Steeped with roasted ginger with a touch of honey, perfect for rainy evenings. Unlocked more of Georgie's profile as well. Born and raised in Seattle, still a lactose intolerant cop. I really do like him. Georgie reminds me a lot of Lee Everett from The Walking Dead, the Telltale game. I missed that game. It was the first series I've ever done on my channel. Wasn't the best in quality, but I did a lot of great choices that everyone, at least choices that everyone thought agreed were really good. And it was my first time ever experiencing a story like this, and it was great. Maybe one day in the future I'll revisit the series with better quality, but the thing is, if I played those games again, it wouldn't be as good as the first time I played them because, well, I don't remember everything that happens in the game, but I remember the crucial parts. Like, I know what happens to Lee in the end now. So it wouldn't be as special, but we'll see. Like, you guys can tell me in the comments if you want me to revisit some of my old Let's Plays again. One piping hot Terjahi Rosella for you.
Oh? What does it mean?
Jahi means ginger, Te means tea, and Rosella is Roselle, another name for hibiscus.
I see, a legit herbal drink. Spicy but perfect for the weather. Good call, Dragon Skull.
I'm happy to please. If that's the case, let me join your patrol, Pops. Cause I'm not scared of ghosts. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. Real beings scare me more.
Wait a sec, kid. What you mean by ghosts, eh? Jumping the gun a little there, ain't ya?
I don't know, Pops. Maybe it's even something crazier than that.
This is a really serious problem, kid. Don't joke around like that.
Sorry.
Interesting. You know something?
No, not me.
But she might.
Right, the tree, wasn't it?
Oh yeah. What about it, miss? It's your turn to finish your thought.
I'm not sure if this can be any use at all, but... Officer, are you aware of the story behind that tree?
Huh?
I recall what you said earlier. People often leave remembrances around it. What do you mean by that, miss?
Well, it's because someone passed away there. What? Allow me to explain. I mentioned there was once a flea market on that street, correct?
Right.
They called it the Fairy Market. It was unofficially set up by the transients of the community. Transients being the government's term for unregistered citizens, including all the other uncategorizable beings at the time. Fairies were a part of that.
So fairies exist in this world as well?
Huh.
I remember learning about it. After the war, the government made its first official attempt to sort things out, organizing
Equatable. What? For some reason I couldn't say that word.
Classifications was thought as one of the first steps towards civil peace, but it was oversimplified, inefficient, and not speedy enough.
Well, was all that before the Vindication Act?
Way before that. Many who couldn't register were basically in administrative limbo.
What? That's as good as like not existing at all.
Really, that's horrible.
It was the main reason why the Fairy Market was created in the first place. To ensure transient survival through the changing times. In more ways than one. The market had no real schedule, therefore, the start of Fairy Week would be marketed by flowers strewn along the intersection, just so people would notice this and come and take a look.
Sounds kind of too low-key, no?
Because it is illegal, silly.
Oh. And that was exactly the problem. The market ran day and night, its format unchanging. At the same time, the economy was slowly reshaping the landscape. People started to spend more or becoming reckless, while the laws were so shaky at best. Then a tragic incident occurred one night. A drunk driver was speeding and went off course, striking a vendor there. And the only evidence left of the crime was that tree, standing where there was no tree before.
Wait a second, what? Why did I never hear about it?
How long ago was this?
The accident occurred in 1959, but the market itself was forcibly disbanded in 1961.
Happened before I was born, huh? Yeah, I remember everything now. It was actually quite an infamous case, wasn't it? But due to the nature of the beings involved, most people couldn't help but, well, forget.
Huh?
We're talking about the late 50s to early 60s here. Post-war media was still quite scarce. And I remember the drunk driver was also the son of a very wealthy individual.
Oh. Correct. But that wasn't exactly the part that made the case so infamous. It was due to the fact that no body was ever found at the crash site. As well as the vendor being a transient and with no legal ID or paper trail. As a result, the court had no choice but to dismiss the case.
But there was a body, wasn't it? Just not the one people might expect.
You mean the tree? Right. When semi-spiritual beings like us pass on from the physical world, some may leave specific landmarkers behind. Not all can do that, though. Us banshees don't do that.
You don't?
No, we simply disappear.
That's kind of sad, honestly. But that's interesting. Like, the person who died turned into a tree. Like, I think that it kind of reminds me of the nymphs from Greek mythology.
So, if I'm getting this right, the tree couldn't be used as evidence because it wasn't classified as remains yet. The witnesses were in the same boat, no paper trail. So the driver's lawyer took advantage of those loopholes, and that's messed up.
Beyond messed up, Pops. Whoa. I'm boiling.
I'll take a further look into this more, miss. But I have a question for you.
Yes?
You think the vandalism has anything to do with the tree removal?
Ooh. That'd be an interesting twist. If the person who died and became that tree, he came back and wanted revenge because they chopped down like basically their second form.
I don't know. I suppose it might depend on when the acts of vandalism begin.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, I better get going then. It's almost time for my shift.
Okay, officer. Break a leg, Pops.
I'd rather not. Stay safe. Will do. I'll keep you all posted.
It's definitely challenging doing Gala and Georgie's voices together because I made them both sound very similar. Though Gala's I made much deeper than Georgie's, so at least there's some difference there.
I better go as well. I've got an early shift tomorrow. There's one thing I want to confirm though, if you don't mind, miss.
Yes?
It's about the fairies passing and how everyone ends up forgetting about them afterwards. I really thought that was just a myth. I guess not.
Unfortunately. That is why there used to be a memorabilia around that tree. They were efforts by those who remembered to preserve the memory.
But it wasn't enough, was it? Else we'd still have the tree. It really makes me question my memory. Are there any people I might have forgotten? Were there events I missed? It is quite scary to think about.
For beings like us, being forgotten is inevitable. So, no need to feel bad about it.
This reminds me of the movie Coco, when you die you become a skeleton and you go to the world of the dead, but and that's pretty much like a second life for you. But even then you can die again. When you end up getting forgotten, like if there's no one left in the living world who remembers you, you disappear from the world of the dead and just fade out of existence. And you can't just meet them in the world of the dead and then come back and remember them. The memories have to be passed down by those who knew the person in life. Imagine if there really is an afterlife. Imagine if that's how it worked. Like you go to heaven or hell, depending on how you are. You have a good afterlife. Then all of a sudden, when there's nobody left alive to remember you, you suddenly just disappear. It is a terrifying thought, but it also would make sense if like heaven has limited space for people, because many people have existed throughout the ages, and a lot of them have probably been forgotten by now. There's probably people within my own family that I've probably forgotten. Like people who I've never even met before because I wasn't born yet.
So...
Oh yeah, I already read that.
Is that so? Oh, I didn't catch your name, by the way. I'm Gala.
Oh, I'm Lucas. Nice to meet you, sir.
Lucas, eh? Sounds familiar for some reason.
I mean, I'm kind of a big deal online, you know?
I remember now. That toy from the other day that had his name on it, right, Dragon Skull?
That's right, I gave him his fidget spinner. Right. A toy? You mean the business card I gave you? Yes, that. I see now. Somehow you gave it to him instead. I did, and I'm sorry.
Let me be the one to apologize for that. Dragon Skull gave it to me because I was having small trouble at work.
Yeah? Was it helpful in any way? I mean, it's pretty good at easing up anxiety and such.
I thought the children would like it, but apparently for them it's just a little passé.
What? Children nowadays mature really fast.
They sure know their trends early.
Yeah, I really hate that. That's kids maturing early I see as more of a double-edged sword. Like, there are good things about it. Like, they could get wiser at such a young age, but they could also not have enough time to just enjoy being a kid. Like, back when I was a kid, we always like hung out outside and played games like football and do other activities. But nowadays, all kids are just like locked in their rooms playing video games or on their phones. It is sad what this next generation is becoming.
That is true. It's just how things are, or for now and in the future. Gotta keep up with the world, else you'll get left behind.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks for the idea of having toys around the office for the kids. I'll make sure to have more up-to-date stuff for them.
Yeah, glad I could help.
Well then, nice meeting you. Good luck with your future auditions, Miss Riona.
Thank you. See you around.
Bye, Dragon Skull.
Take care. You okay? It's getting real late. I still want to talk, but if you're tired, let me know. Have you eaten? Do you want something to eat?
We don't sell food here.
You don't? No wonder your place is always empty. Hey!
Well, he's probably not wrong though, because cafes usually give you like pastries and cakes and other stuff along with your drinks.
Just kidding, Dragon Skull. Don't hate me, please. Well, do you want another drink, maybe? I wouldn't mind one.
Nice. What do you feel like having?
Something without milk, with a fresh feeling and some brightness to it. I'm also quite partial to the blue pea tea.
Oh. Okay, I'll order something for you. May I?
Sure.
I have a feeling Lucas is really into Riona, like he likes her a lot.
Dragon Skull, could you try eat this mix? I saw this pretty drink in a video and it looked perfect for Our Lady.
Yup, what is it?
It had blue pea as a base, a lot of mint and a splash of lemon.
Right, blue pea, mint and lemon. Got it. Just making sure it's the right order. Let's see what we get. Galaxy mint tea. Ooh, that looks good. That is a very pretty drink. Looks like the reflection of a night sky with a little lily pad in it. This drink yet? Well, it's in the brew pad. It just came up in the brew pad, so I probably haven't made it yet. Witness the morphing nebula as the lemon is poured into the cup, magical and refreshing. Oh wait, this is the one I made before. They look pretty similar. Here you go, miss. From the man sitting right beside you.
It looks nice. Very pretty. I like it. Thank you.
I'm glad you do. And wow, Dragon Skull, it looks exactly like what I envisioned. You're a G. I'm happy you both enjoyed it. But man, that whole case earlier though, it was a lot to take in. Also, about that whole forgetting thing, that really gave me chills.
Why?
Ugh. Don't you feel scared of just disappearing in the end? 'Cause I do. That's why I thought I finally understood you too. I mean, the reason why you wanted to become a soprano your way, the traditional way.
Oh. Care to compare notes? Because I've yet to be entirely certain about that myself.
Oh, huh. Now that's what you call huge pressure. Before that though, can I ask a little teeny tiny question?
Go ahead.
What inspired you to go down this path? I mean, I may have an idea on why you're choosing the hard way, but why soprano in the first place?
Because it's been done before.
Pardon? How long has it been now? Oh god, I'm an hour in. So far this is probably the longest episode I've done, so hopefully it'll wrap up soon. I don't want to end it here because I feel like we're nearing the end of this day, so we'll just keep going.
Because there was already a banshee who did it before. So I know it's not impossible.
Whoa, for real?
Her part was that of a sorbet aria, and she was not very well known.
What is a sorbet aria?
Oh, I mean she was a secondary character. Back in early 19th century opera, sorbet arias would be snug towards the end of the second act, usually before the evening ended. Hawkers would use the time to offer their wares for the last time to the patrons, often desserts. Hence sorbet aria.
Oh, I see. Like background singing at the end of a show or something.
Yes. Things are different nowadays because people are expected to listen to the end. The first time I heard her voice was on an old recording of a comedy opera. I was still very young back then. She was playing a confused maid role at the very end of the opera, wondering why and how many people could act so crazy when in love. But despite her confusion, she thought she wasn't so old that she couldn't find out the reason herself. It was a funny epilogue to the opera. But hearing a banshee sing such a playful and light-hearted piece, it was truly an eye-opener for me.
Oh man, I bet it was.
Sadly, I couldn't find any of her other works, but it always stuck with me nonetheless. So I left my commune and started trying on my own.
That's really cool, and brave of you to do so.
I agree. I've never talked about this before. It's a bit embarrassing.
Nah, don't be embarrassed. I think it's super cool. You're just feeling inspired to push yourself beyond what's expected of you, and wishing to leave a mark on this world.
Is that what you think?
Uh-huh. You're just trying to follow a path that has been traveled before. And that's not always a bad thing, especially for beings like us. You're just being careful yet courageous. Right. because the path you're choosing to walk on is still different. Regarding leaving your mark, I don't know. I just feel maybe you're the same as me. Like, what's the point of being born if nobody's going to remember us? Right, Dragon Skull?
No comments.
Ah. Why do you want to be remembered so much?
Why wouldn't you?
Us Banshees see the end differently than most. So, care to enlighten me?
I can't speak for anyone else, but in my case, I was a kid who grew up in a large family, you see? Like, humongously large. Literally couldn't count all my siblings even if I wanted to. Because they're everywhere, thanks to my dad.
Oh.
We weren't wealthy though, not even close. The money situation was always suffocating us, for real. But sometimes Dad would drop by to give us some money. Though it wasn't even enough to cover utilities for more than a couple months. Then he'd just let us leave again a couple of days later.
Are you the eldest?
Nope. But my older bros had already moved out by the time I hit high school. I was so surprised when my dad gave me the house after he died.
Oh?
Which is where my mom and siblings live now.
I'm sorry to hear about your father.
No, it's fine. I mean, yeah, it was weird to receive the news of his death from an attorney, knowing he passed away by himself, and how it took them a week to find out.
Oh.
Natural causes, by the way, so... I mean, how did he check out with absolutely no one knowing? Where were my other siblings? What happened to his ladies? It was just so crazy to me. And I guess it just kind of haunted me.
Haunted? How?
My life growing up was filled with disappointment over him, you know? I mean, I mean it in the best way possible. My disappointment actually drove me to work hard for my family. I just vilified him in my mind, like shaking my mental fist at him. Gonna do so much better than you, sir, and all that.
I see.
But then I received the news, and then he left me the house. Like, I know he had no money. That house is probably one of the only assets he had left. So, when he gave me the house in his will, all I could think about was what went through his mind exactly.
The fact that he had a will at all was probably already a surprise for you.
Exactly. What am I supposed to think of that? What am I supposed to think of him? And does it even matter anymore? When he's already long gone? Anyway, so my older brothers came back, right? They wanted me to sell the house and divide the earnings.
Wanting a slice of the inheritance pie, huh?
You didn't do that, right?
Heck no. That's why I left for LA. So if they really want me to sell the house, they have to chase after me. Good call. Thankfully, my younger siblings and I are pretty tight. We're a good team.
That's a relief.
But that was also why I needed money fast. I needed to send money to help with my family's bills. And of course, so that I could stay alive as well. That was why I ended up having to join the production house.
The production house?
Yeah, it was like a bunch of content creators getting together to make videos every day. I was young and naive too, you know?
I think that's, if I remember right, I think that's the kind of house that KSI and the rest of the Sidemen are living in when they make videos together. I thought it was only them that did that. I don't know if any other YouTubers do that.
Maybe one of these days I should do that, like, because some of my friends in real life are YouTubers as well, and like me, their channel is pretty small, but they have good fan bases. Like, the people who watch them are genuine good people. Like you guys watching me right now, you're all genuine good people.
Because it was my first time venturing to another state completely alone, after all. So I didn't know better how predatory things could be. Man, this isn't even going to be an entertaining story. If you're uncomfortable, you don't have to talk about it. No, it's not that. I just really didn't like that production house. But I needed the money. Someone there saw my vlogs and invited me in. And as one of the youngest there, I tried to get along with everyone. But you see, we were all creators in the entertainment industry, right? Which means we all had huge egos. So naturally there was somewhat of a hierarchy of sorts. Trying to be all-round helpful turned me into the butt of the joke all the time. That didn't discourage me all that much, by the way. I mean, I learned a lot there, not gonna lie. Still. But that ended up destroying my willpower, But what ended up destroying my willpower was actually something real close, you know? Myself.
What do you mean by that?
Well, in a house where everyone wants to be the main character, each of us would need a solid, distinct persona, yeah? Eventually I was assigned one too, which was supposed to be a good thing, but they wanted me to be the worst version of what I am, essentially, with heavy emphasis on what.
I honestly really feel for Lucas. Like, I feel the same way sometimes. Like, there's this friend of mine who I mentioned earlier. Not Michael, another friend who's a YouTuber and who has been helping me out lately. He's been a great friend, and I love him as a brother, but I often feel like he's the main character in his story while I'm playing the supporting role, and I don't mind. Like, I want him to be happy. He deserves it. He's a great guy, but at the same time, I honestly wish for once I could be the main character, and things start going well for me too. Like, my friend, he has a loving girlfriend. He has his own place. He has two dogs. He has a good job, great friends, and I'm happy for him. But I want my moment to come one of these days. And I'm still holding on to the hope that my time will come one day. It may not be today or tomorrow. Hell, it probably won't even be this year. But someday, my time will come. I am still trying to figure myself out as well. That's why I haven't been active on YouTube much, because I'm still figuring things out for me and what I want to do and where I want to go in life. Man, I feel like I explained to you guys much better what's been going on with me in this video than I did in the update video I posted previously, because it's hard for me to say what's on my mind in the moment, knowing that the camera is recording me, because like there's just the pressure of people watching me. It makes me stumble with my words. But here, I don't have my face cam on. Like, even with my mask on, I sometimes still feel the pressure. Like, the mask, it helps, but it doesn't help as much as like not having a face cam on at all. I think for my future Let's Plays I might just not have a face cam on, because I wear a mask in my videos, so you guys don't see my face anyway, so there's not really much point to it. Plus, when I wear the mask for long periods of time, my face does get sweaty,
and it gets really hot. Anyway, I need to stop rambling because this episode is already getting way too long. I really need to wrap this day up soon because we are at the 1 hour and 16 minute mark.
I had a lot of nicknames too, like hey baby goat. What are you up to now, satyr boy? Here comes the party goatee, Mr. Excess. You gonna go fishing again tonight or what? Fishing? Ugh. We had to go out and try to hit on people. And we weren't allowed to come home unless we failed spectacularly or something.
Oh.
I always tried to be the punchline though. Because there were always more views than when something ended badly. But it was still the worst, because I really had to act it all out, you know? Bothering people for pretend dates to be sort of a dumb jerk just for jokes. Just so all looked fun for the camera. Even if scripted, I never really liked doing it, honestly. But in the end, all of it just reminded myself of my dad, you know? And I kept thinking, does the apple never fall far from the tree after all? So yeah, the whole thing just really sucked. You had it difficult. Yeah. Well, long story short, being tokenized sucked. The end. No disagreement there. Sorry, I swear that wasn't what I wanted to talk to you about. It's fine. I actually learned a lot this evening. I just don't want you to take up more of your time. So, can I just ask you a direct question? Sure. Great. Would you be interested in guest starring on my new show? I realized I was being dumb the day we first met. I kind of forced my thoughts on you and was just being a general smartass. I undermined your straightforward efforts because I was jealous of your solid resolve. Since everything I did was anything but. But you succeeded eventually, didn't you? And you worked hard for it. Yet I almost ended up losing sight of why I'd been doing all this in the first place. I went with the flow, made excuses a lot, all to justify the gain, but to what end? That's why I've been trying to put together a talent showcase for those who need extra exposure. It's going to be a small production thing. It'll be paid, I swear. And not with exposure either. Though it won't be much at first. Because I don't have that much money ready to use at the moment, so... wait. This is a bit sudden, don't you think? No pressure, though. How does the show work? Well, I'm not 100% sure of the shape of it yet. But ideally, it will have like an interview at first, and then I'll record your singing. I'll bring all the gear. I'll also be doing all the editing and stuff. It's going to take a bit of time since I still have my main show to do. But I did start my vlogging journey on my own too. So I can bet you the result will still be quality. Your show will tank if I'm the first guest, you realize that, right? If it does, then it doesn't deserve to exist. I don't care about haters, but you do. That's why I won't push you. I'm flattered, but no thank you. Okay. Thanks for considering me, though. Thanks for giving it a thought. Looks like I have to go. Okay. It's nothing to do with what you said, okay? Just bad timing. Yes, I get it.
Cool. I hope we can meet again like this. If you want to. Maybe. I'll take it. Thanks for your time too, Dragon Skull. Sorry if I bored you.
No, truly, it was my pleasure.
Good. Cool. Okay, I really have to go. See you around. See you around? Safe trip. Alrighty. See you, Dragon Skull.
Come again soon.
I think tonight was the most I have talked in the past 2 years.
And I'm quite glad to hear that.
Thank you, Dragon Skull.
For what?
For being such a good host. I know I'm not the easiest being to get along with.
It's always a pleasure to have you and everyone around.
Then I'll be taking my leave. I feel like I have a lot to rethink. But I'll see you again soon.
And we'll be waiting, always. Safe trip, Miss Riona. And have a good night. Phew. I think I'm done for the night. Yeah, I agree. I'm definitely done. And I hope everything will work out for everyone. Oh my god, that was a long day. Blue marshmallow, comforting herbal tea that soothes the spirits of upset children and stumped grown-ups alike. Oh. That was a really, really long episode. Christ, that was probably the longest episode I've recorded of this game so far. But anyway, guys, that is going to do it for today's episode. That was, like I said, a long one, but it was a good one too. Got 4 characters this time instead of 3. And, yeah. Oh, interesting stuff was going on with the mystery of that tree, Lucas revealing his backstory about his dad and how his life is as a YouTuber. It was all really good, really touching stuff. Really, it even got me to open up about myself as well. That's what I love about this game. Like it allows me to express myself better than how I did in my update video. And I do hope a lot of you guys are watching this series, because otherwise you never have heard all these real moments from me. But anyway, enough time has passed. I really need to wrap this up. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more videos. And I will see you all next time. Peace.